So in numerical method, already we have completed bisection method simplification. Means we have already solved examples where algebraic equation and transcendental equation roots we have calculated with the help of bisection method. Now today we are going to discuss the second method of numerical, that is false position method or regular falsy method. So you can observe here what we have in the first sentence. Regular falsy method or the method of false position is a numerical method. Obviously, it is a numerical method for solving the roots of algebraic or transcendental equation. See, bisection method we applied for algebraic equation as well as transcendental. Algebraic means polynomials in x, and transcendental equation means the equation which involves logarithmic function, exponential function, or even the trigonometry function, etc. So here, even with the help of this false position method or regular falsy method, we can find the roots of algebraic or transcendental equation. See, bisection method ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, algebraic equation ಮತ್ತೆ transcendental equation ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅದರ roots ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, that we have solved with the help of bisection method. Even though with the help of this regular falsy method, we can find the roots of algebraic or transcendental equation. ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, algebraic equation ಕೊಡಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ transcendental equation ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಅದರ roots ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, with the help of this regular falsy method we can calculate. Even though with the help of this method we can find the roots of these two equations, algebraic ಮತ್ತೆ transcendental equation roots calculate ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ one more alternative method is false position method or regular falsy method. Then it is quite similar to bisection method algorithm and is one of the oldest approaches. It was developed because the bisection method converges at a fairly slow speed. So what we can observe in bisection method and in this particular method. See, bisection method is a little lengthy one. So in bisection method, when we start finding the roots, it takes a it takes a lot of time to find the solution. But comparing to bisection method, in regular falsy method, we can calculate same equation roots little faster than bisection method. See, numerical every method is lengthy one only, but in comparison with bisection method, this regular falsy is little faster one in comparison with bisection method. ಸೊ ಬೈಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆಥಡಿಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬೈಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆಥಡಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 such approximations we need to calculate. 11th approximation, 12th approximation, or sometimes even though 15th approximation we need to calculate. But when we start solving this regular falsy method, you can observe in few examples within 5th approximation we may get the answer, or within 10th approximation we may get the answer. In comparison with bisection method, this regular falsy method is little faster than bisection method. ಸೊ ಬೈಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆಥಡಿಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಬೈಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ 12th ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ 15th ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ತನಕ ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 6th 7th ಆರ್ 8th ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸಿಗ್ಬೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, in simple terms, the method is the trial and error technique. See, in numerical, whatever method you consider, that is based on trial and error technique only. So here, in simple terms, the method is the trial and error technique of using test values, or you can call it as false values for the variable, and then adjusting the test value according to the outcome. Okay, this is sometimes we refer as guess and check. Why this is called as guess and check means, here there is one diagram. While explaining this one, again I will go in detail. See, suppose this value we need to calculate, then few previous and few after values we need to guess here to calculate this particular root. To calculate exact or the approximate root, few values we need to guess. So based on that, this regular falsy method works. Therefore, this is sometimes called as guess and check method also. Okay. The function f of x does not have any role in finding the point C. It is used to decide the next smaller interval, that is open closed interval a comma c or closed interval c comma b. Now what is this closed interval a comma c and c comma b? See, in bisection method also, we used to calculate first a and b values. So bisection method andre ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, let me just recall it because it is required. Suppose we have one function, call this as f of x. Suppose this is f of x graph, and this f of x is equal to 0 when it intersect with x axis. ಇದು f of x 0 ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? when it intersect with x axis. ಈ x axis ಜೊತೆ intersect ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ here we can say that f of x is equal to 0, and this particular x value we are calculating here, and that x is only called as root. This particular x only we are calculating. In bisection method, what we do means we consider one a value and we consider one b value. How we consider this one? For a value, our f of a will be negative, means less than 0. For b value, our f of b will be greater than 0, means more than means positive value. Then after finding this a and b, next what we calculate means we add this ab, we divide by 2, then somewhere one more point we get, call this as x1. Then again x1b divide by 2, something x2 will get. So based on this addition and division concept, we come closer to this x value. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ addition divide ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ this interval length will be reduced and will reach to the approximate value of x, will come near to this x. Similarly, in this regular falsy method, using the interval a comma c or using the interval c comma b, we have to decide the approximate value. So here, before going to discuss about the working rule of regular falsy method, it is very important to know which particular formula we are going to apply here. ಸೊ ಈ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ರೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್. ಸೊ first let us derive that formula. For that, okay, first consider x axis and then y axis, and here we have one curve. Consider a curve, and this curve is for given function f of x. ಕ್ವಶನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್. ದೆನ್ already we know root of f of x means when this f of x intersect with x axis, then we get here f of x is equal to 0, and this x is only the required root. ಇದೇ x ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, required answer ಅಥವಾ required root ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Then even though in regular falsy method first step is same, regular falsy method ದಲ್ಲಿ first step same ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Here also we have to use one a value and then one b value. So again, how this a and b value should be means, for this a, f of a should be for this A, f of A should be less than 0. Less than 0 means negative. And for this B, f of B should be greater than 0. Means A tagondaga f of A function negative barabeku, B tagondre f of B function should be a positive value. Then what about the points? E point enagate? How to write points? Whenever we start writing any points, suppose we have to write here point of this one, then what about its x-axis value, what about its y-axis value? Based on that x comma y, like this we represent. So here when we are writing point of this particular term, then x-axis value is a, and along y-axis we have function f of x. So x tegedu a anta tagondre this will be f of a. Similarly, point of coordinate points of this one is x-axis value is b, then here it is f of b. This is a comma f of a, and here it is b comma f of b. These 2 points are very important to derive the formula for regular falsy method. Now, in bisection method, what we used to do means we used to add a and b and then we used to divide by 2. AB add ಮಾಡಿ 2 ದಿಂದ divide ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ bisection method ಅಲ್ಲಿ. But here in regular falsy method, we have to use a formula. Now, how will be that formula means? See, here what is the concept means? This particular a comma f of a point and b comma f of b point we have to join. These 2 points we have to join using straight line. So these 2 points we have to join here. So what we can observe means when we join this a comma f of a and b comma f of b, then here one more point will intersect with x-axis. Illenagatiga one more point will intersect along with x-axis, and you can observe here this point is almost near to x. Now this point is almost near to x, so call it as xi. So call this as xi, and this will be our approximate value. Now, how to calculate this xi? This is A point, this is B point. You can call this as point C. And for this point C, what will be our x value? Just consider it as xi. So here, this xi we have to calculate with the help of regular falsy formula. Now, how to derive that formula? That formula derivation is based on straight line concept. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ basic ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ straight line. So, listen here. Whenever we consider a line, suppose here the point is x1 comma y1 and here the point is x2 comma y2, then what is the slope of this line? So straight line concept al baratte. Suppose this is x1 comma y1 point, this is x2 comma y2 point, and we need to calculate slope of this one, and slope we denote using small letter m. To calculate slope m, we have formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. To calculate slope of any given curve or any given straight line, we have formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. With the help of this, we can calculate slope of any given line. So you can observe, after joining this a comma f of a and b comma f of b, better call this point as capital A and call this point as capital B. Okay, so when we join this AB point, then we are getting a straight line, and you can observe this C is in between A and B point. So slope of AB is obviously equal to slope of AC, because AC is a part of AB. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತಂದರೆ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಎರಡೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಲೈನ್. ಇದೇನಾಗಿದೆ ಎ ಬಿ ಲೈನದು ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇಮ್. ನೌ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ and with the help of slope formula, that is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, we can calculate formula for regular falsy method. Okay, so just observe here, one curve is there. This curve is what? F of x function curve. Then a point we are considering and even b point. A point hengirutte? For a point f of a will be less than 0 and for b point f of b will be greater than 0. Then this its coordinate point is a comma f of a and its coordinate point is b comma f of b. Then when we join this a and b, then the point C will be approximately near to x. ಇದೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ comparing to AB. Now which point is near to x? AB compare ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಯಾವ point x ಗೆ near ಇದೆ? Obviously this C point is near to x. Because using numerical it is not possible to calculate exact value. So ನಾವು always ಏನು answer calculate ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು approximate ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Means approximately near to the answer. So here based on slope of AB and slope of AC, further simplification we can observe. So this is important one. So what we are considering means we are considering slope of AB is equal to slope of AC. Why AB and AC? Already ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎ ಸಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಬಿ. ಎ ಬಿದನೇ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಬಿ. Therefore slope of AB and slope of AC both are same. So using that we can simplify now. So what we have got here, slope of AB is equal to slope of AC. Now slope equation is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Observe here, suppose this is the line x1 y1 x2 y2, then slope m will be this one y2 minus y1. First y coordinates we have to consider, then next x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now for the slope of AB, how we can consider? For slope of AB, observe here, first slope of AB means what is y2 here, what is y1, and similarly x1 and x2. First we are calculating A and B point slope. So A point coordinate is a comma f of a and then B point coordinate is b comma f of b. You can refer this as x1 y1 and you can refer this as x2 y2. So according to slope formula, what we know, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So using this concept, now what we can write, f of b minus f of a divided by x2 minus, sorry, x2 means what here, x2 means b, divided by b minus a. So here it is, slope of AB is f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. Very simple. Already we have mentioned here, this we are considering as x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. Slope means y2 minus y1. Therefore f of b minus f of a will get, then x2 minus x1 means b minus a. Therefore we are getting here f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. which is equal to. Now similarly, slope of AC. Now how we can calculate here slope of AC? For slope of AC, first we have to mention here C coordinate point. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ C coordinate point mention ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Along x axis this is xi, then along y axis see x axis ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬರಿತೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ always its y coordinate will be 0. ಅದರ y coordinate always ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ 0 when we are writing points along x axis. So the C point is xi comma 0. Now how we can simplify this one? Again using x1 comma y1 and x2 using x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 concept. A ಮತ್ತೆ B ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇದನ್ನ x1 y1 ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು x2 y2 ಆಗಿದೆ. Now for AC, call this as x1 y1 only and call this as x2 y2. Again same, slope of AC means y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now what is y2 here? Y2 is 0 and y1 is f of A. So 0 minus f of A. We have to write here 0 minus f of A divided by, next we have to consider x2 minus x1. Here x2 is xi and x1 is A. So next we have to write here xi minus A. Next here it is xi minus A. Now after this, what we can simplify? After this just we have to cross multiply. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. Multiply these two and multiply these two. Take this xi minus A this side of the equation, then it will be multiplication. So we'll get here xi minus A in bracket f of B minus f of A, which is equal to, what is remaining here? 0 minus f of A means this is just minus f of A into, take this divided by term this side of the equation, then it is B minus A. Now simplify the bracket. Bracket ಹೆಂಗೆ solve ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Open the bracket here, then what will get? xi f of B. Again multiply, plus into minus, minus xi f of A. Similarly multiply minus A into f of B, minus A f of B, minus into minus, plus A into f of A into f of A, which is equal to, now simplify these two brackets, minus into plus, minus B into f of A, minus into minus, plus A into f of A. Now after this again further how we can simplify means, you can observe in first two terms xi is common. In first two terms xi is common, so only from first two terms take xi outside. So what is remaining? ಈಗ first two terms ದಿಂದ xi outside ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನು ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ? f of B and f of A. So from first two term, if we take xi outside, then what is remaining? F of B and f of A. So f of B minus f of A. Then next, take this minus A f of B this side of the equation. ಈಗ minus term ಈ ಕಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Plus A f of B. Take plus A f of A this side of the equation. So plus ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ minus A f of A. Then these two terms as it is, that is minus B f of A plus A f of A. Which two terms will get cancelled now? ಯಾವ್ದು ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ observe ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. A f of A plus A f of A and minus A f of A. One plus and one minus term will get cancelled. So what we have now? Xi f of B minus f of A, which is equal to, here it is A f of B minus B f of A. We are calculating xi value. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ xi value. So to get xi value, take this multiplied term this side of the equation, then it will be division. So the final answer is a f of b minus b f of a. Take this multiplied term this side, then it will be division, divided by f of b minus f of a. This is the required formula which we use to solve regular falsi method. So regular falsi method solve ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you need to remember this one. You need to remember this one, that is xi is equal to a f of b minus b f of a divided by ಇದೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ f of b minus f of a. It is not that difficult to remember, so just remember this one because next class ಅಲ್ಲಿ example start ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So while solving example we need this expression. So just remember xi is equal to a f of b minus b f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. So here in regular falsi method, with the help of slope of AB is equal to slope of AC concept, we have solved and we have got here xi is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. So here a and b are the initial approximation. See, even though in bisection method a and b are the initial approximations, and here also a and b are the initial approximation. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ a and b, this a and this b we are considering. ಸೊ ಬೈಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು? ಫಾರ್ ಎ f of a should be negative, for b f of b should be negative. So here always a value will be less than b. Important concept, always a is less than b. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಅನೇ ಇದೆ. ಬೈಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆಥಡಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಎ ಮತ್ತು ಬಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎ ಬಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. For a, what is f of a? For b, what is f of b? So f of a, f of b are representing the function values of approximation. So try to remember this one. So this is the formula for regular falsi method. Then how to solve this regular falsi method? Its working rule within few minutes will complete because it is almost similar to bisection method. The only thing is that bisection method ಅಲ್ಲಿ addition divided by 2 ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟು bisection method. Again, in question f of x is equal to 0 equation will be given. That equation may be algebraic equation or it may be a transcendental equation. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು? ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಜಿಬ್ರಾಯಿಕ್ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅ ಗಿವನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬೈ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಸೈನ್. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಚ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಬಿ. ಎ ಮತ್ತು ಬಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಎ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಬಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಇಸ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬಿ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ negative and positive, then obviously minus into plus will be minus, which is again less than 0. This is the first working rule which is similar to bisection method. So bisection method alli first step ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, same concept we have to repeat here. Then next, take the interval a comma b, because once we calculate a and b, one sentence we write, that is the root lies between a and b. a ಮತ್ತು b ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ? just we mention one sentence that root lies between a and b. So here take the interval a comma b and determine the value of xi. So already regular falsi ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಐ, that is a f of b minus b f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. ಎ ಬಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಐ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. So xi here I value may be 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. For first approximation this will be x1, for second approximation this will be x2, for third approximation this will be x3. So I value ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, it continues. Just calculate this one. Then based on this, after finding xi value, substitute it in the function and calculate f of xi. ಈಗ ಬೈಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆಥಡಲ್ಲೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, x1 ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ x1 ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇದೆ, ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ x2 and so on the process continues. Similarly, after calculation of xi, consider or find f of xi. ಈಗ 3 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, 3 cases arises. This f of xi may be exactly equal to 0. ನೀವೇನು f of xi ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದರ ಆನ್ಸರ್ 0 ಬಂತಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0, ಫರ್ದರ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ xi ಆಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ರೂಟ್. ಅವಾಗ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ xi 0 ಬಂತಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, xi ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ದಿಸ್ xi ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ರೂಟ್. ಅದು ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ when we get equal to 0. But most of the cases ಅಲ್ಲಿ equal to 0 ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, it may be less than 0 or it may be a greater than 0 value. So if f of xi is less than 0 means negative, then in next approximation we have to consider a value as xi. ಇದೇನು a is equal to xi ಬಂದಿದೆಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಇದನ್ನ. ಸೊ why a is equal to xi, and also when f of xi is greater than 0, then consider b is equal to xi for further approximations. Then repeat these steps 2 and 3 until we get f of xi is equal to 0. ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ till we get f of xi is equal to 0 we have to continue. But it may be exactly equal to 0 or it may not. Therefore, even one more condition is what? We can repeat this step up to the acceptable degree of accuracy. Now, acceptable degree of accuracy means in question it will be mentioned that you need to calculate till you get 2 decimals similar or till you get 3 decimals similar, like the earlier method. So in earlier method also we have discussed the same thing. 3 ಡೆಸಿಬಲ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಸೇಮ್ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ 2 ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಆರ್ 3 ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ 2 ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಆರ್ 3 ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್. ಅಪ್ ಟು ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ದಿಸ್